Welcome everybody to 3Beards of Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host Shane. Now next to me, whatever, is Adrian, and below that is not the sexy psycho General Kiesel.
No, he's not the sexy psycho.
I'm not. Yeah. Believe it or not.
No, they look alike, but it's not the same person.
Yeah, not at all.
But you know who is, though. You know who is.
Don't forget to follow our social media, which is Instagram, Twitter, both Facebook account. Well, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. Did I say Twitter?
And Spotify.
I forgot.
I was hoping he would get it.
Listen, man, we go through this every time. I got it ready to go. I got you.
It was close. It was close.
That's true.
So, yeah, if everyone can go and follow our social medias. And then this episode tonight will be uploaded on Spotify as well. Let's just hop right into business. Let's talk about some upcoming shows.
What we got?
I don't know about, Brian, I don't know about you, but my next show is November 11th in Woodbury, Georgia.
Dude, it's El Diablo.
It's El Diablo. Wait.
7'4".
Suicide Myers.
And next up is Chesmania Black Friday at Eagles Hall in Lebanon. I believe tickets are on sale now or Friday, maybe. We'll see from Bliss tonight. Following that, the next night, Red Saturday, Valor Pro Wrestling in York at Bonnie B. Grind's gym. If you guys need tickets, any of these shows, probably not the Georgia one if you guys are local to PA, but if you guys need tickets for Black Friday and Red Saturday, you can hit any one of us up on this podcast or Rob Noxious, Kathy Moore, anyone really, and someone will point you in the right direction to get your tickets.
There's no excuse not to go to these shows. I'm just saying. There's no excuse. None whatsoever. Unless you're 7'4" Suicide Myers.
Did it really say 7'4"?
It says 7'4", 350 pounds.
That's great.
El Diablo, Suicide Myers.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, Adrian, or who wants to do it? Adrian or I was about to say call you Bliss, Brian.
I would love to. I would absolutely love to. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching, please get excited for this next guest. He is a legend in wrestling. He is the sexy psycho himself, Mr. Adrian Bliss.
What's up, guys? How's it going? I like to be known as El Diablo Le Bliss.
Yeah, exactly. El Diablo Le Bliss.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
and you left out the weighing in at 69 Eskimo kisses. You had one job. You had one job and you screwed it up.
I got cut off. I got cut off.
What's up
if that guy's really 7'4", get his phone number for me.
I got you.
Yeah, it's Suicide Myers. What are you talking about? That's all you got to do. This is all it is.
He's got a 7'4". He's got a 1 foot lift in there. So
Yeah.
Exactly. No, actually, for him it'd be like a 3 foot lift, but that's okay.
Oh man. Let's see here. So what are we talking first? Are we Bliss? What do you want to talk about first today?
What's on your mind?
Want to talk about this past weekend? This past weekend was pretty cool.
All right.
There was a couple good shows.
Oh yeah.
Up in where the heck was that? Renegers Market.
Schuylkill Haven.
Oh, yep, Schuylkill Haven. That was a pretty good show. You had J-Cat defended his title. Then you had Rob Noxious and Snitsky, Gene Snitsky, that turned into Gene Snitsky and the Big Nasty against the Truth Serum and Rob Noxious.
Wait, what? So the Truth Serum came in and interrupted Rob Noxious match?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So it was
Big
pretty
Nasty,
cool.
that's a heck of a tag team. That's a good tag team.
And I guess it's probably an hour. I don't know. Is that south or
Yeah,
Bliss? Are
about
we
an
south?
Hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, we're south of that. Yep.
So south of that show was I keep getting all the P's mixed up.
At
Yeah.
There's
Too
many P's and too many
Penn State. It was at Penn State.
Where I took on Aaron Truth, and he got disqualified because his partner came in and jumped me. So.
Oh, that guy sounds like a menace.
How rude! How rude!
How rude!
That guy sounds like
just another weekend in Pennsylvania, guys. Pennsylvania wrestling scene is always top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Something's always going on every weekend somewhere. You know what I mean? Pennsylvania is where it's at.
Always a show. There's always a show.
Always somewhere.
Support indie wrestling. That is the thing.
Support indie wrestling. So, you want to talk about Black Friday and Red Saturday quick?
Yeah, of course.
What we got on?
I tell you what, man, the Eagles Hall is one of the greatest venues that we get to go into.
Yes.
The fans are just out of control every time. It's great. There's some top-notch matches. I tell you what, why don't we talk about the matches that you guys are going to have? I believe General Kiesel, you may be wrestling a guy who's going singles. He was one part of the Ghost Riders. Zeno.
Yes, Golden Conrad.
Hold up. You telling me that the Ghost Riders?
Oh, Zeno. Okay.
Yeah, Zeno. Yeah.
So
I don't think they're broken up. I think they're just kind of taking a break or whatever.
That is interesting.
But how about Mr. Ping match? Mr. Ping match is going to be a good one. He's actually going to be facing one part of the Charm City Connection, Alan Cross.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Well,
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a chop.
Well, it's a good thing it's not Lewis Rich because Lewis would whip his ass, so he's got a better chance with Allen.
Oh, wow.
Black Friday, you always get some good stuff, man. Like J Cat and Mr. Ooh La La.
Oh, okay.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
How about BJ Walker and Matt Quay?
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
As long as BJ don't stand on the chairs, he's okay.
Yeah.
Brother Rakim has an open challenge. Anybody in the locker room, anybody in the world. So that we'll see what happens with that. We got a return match from the Bridge show. DeMarcus Kane against Andy Header.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Andy
Okay.
Header was he was kind of snippy at the end of last show. Big Nasty will be defending their titles against the Freak Show.
The Freak Show.
The Freak Show.
And the Freak Show. That happens to be Violator and Dexter.
Wait, what?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That'll be a good match. That's a good one. Okay.
And then in the main event, you're going to have the United Champion, Rob Noxious, against Louis G. Rich.
Oh, man.
Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, because that all happened after he stepped over my broken body in a table, and then yeah.
And you got to remember,
usually...
card subject to change. Usually Black Friday, nothing changes. Nobody wants to miss Black Friday for any reason. No. But you never know, and you know, like there's always a surprise. Oh man, you know what I forgot?
What's that?
There's a title match.
There is?
Yes, and it's going to be Aaron Truth defending his title against the Patriot.
Oh, against the Patriot.
Whoa.
Awesome. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd love to see him try to disrespect the Patriot. So
yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, brother. I'm sorry.
That's one big dude.
Me, I guess it's obviously a non-person that has no idea that we're on a podcast, but yeah. So and you know that's just night one, man. That's just night one.
It's only night one. That's only night
one. So what
one.
about night two? What's going on with night two? Tell us about night two.
The thing about night two is, you know, it's kind of like pending somewhat. Like you don't know what's going to happen night one, so night two could actually really be subject, card subject to change.
Yeah, because some people might not make it.
Right. But we do have some matches. How about this? BJ Walker against Mr. Ping.
Whoa. Okay. I mean, and Mr. Ping loves buffets, so it's going to be perfect.
Walker's hometown.
I've been to a buffet with him. We sit at table 3. It's weird.
Yeah.
Oh no, we sit at a table 4-3, and it's just the two of us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, depending what happens on night one, you're going to see either way. You're going to see a traditional title match. Aaron Truth against the Patriot again.
Okay.
They signed for the whole weekend.
Really?
He's just going to whoop his ass the whole weekend.
Yeah.
This is a series.
Like, you never know. You know what I mean? Depending what happens with Louis G. Rich, Big Nasty against Charm City. Well, this is going to happen regardless. Big Nasty against Charm City. If Charm City loses, they never get another title shot.
Whoa. Okay.
Big Nasty loses. Okay. If Big Nasty loses, they not only lose the belts, but they never get another title shot again.
Oh, come on. I love Big Nasty. I love Big Nasty, though.
They just won't be champions.
That's just not New York. That's within the entire United Federations.
Are you serious? So no title shots for them whatsoever if they lose.
So you're talking about Prime, Valor, CCW, PCWA, Seven Mountains. You know what I mean? There's 5 right now. There's probably more than that, but those are the main ones right now.
Right.
So also on the card, Rob Noxious may be defending. If not, he may just be having the number 1 contenders match. But either way, him and this guy really got to solve their differences because this guy is a monster right now. Mm-hmm. And that's Brother Rakeem.
Oh, so Brother Rakeem. Okay.
That's going to be a heavy hitter.
Title match, or that's going to be a number 1 contenders match, depending on what happens on night 1.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah. So you're also going to see Dexter. You're going to also see J-Cat, Andy Header, Matt Quay, Mr. Ooh La La. You're going to see Order 66. And
I'm not worried about that.
We tried to sign a match. We tried to sign a really good match for Order 66. It was going to be Dog Nation against Order 66. Dog Nation has other priorities that night, so they're not going to make it. But
easy way of saying scared. I got it.
I'm pretty sure. So people been calling the office lately. So from what I know of, there may be some serious guys in the ring with Order 66 that night. We're going to keep that,
last time Order 66 was tagged in Valor in York, they came out with a stormtrooper. So, a lot could happen. So
yeah,
I'm just
a lot could happen. Like they could get hurt really bad. I feel like they
I rest his soul. The stormtrooper that night, he's actually no longer with us. He's actually passed away since.
Oh wow, okay. Wow.
He was a really good fellow, even though he was a stormtrooper. He was a really good guy. So
are tickets on sale now, or when are they going up for sale?
Tickets were supposed to be on sale Friday. There was a situation with some of the printing, so we're going to just bump the ticket sales till Friday.
Okay.
People are already trying to get their tickets. Don't worry, everyone. Your tickets are going nowhere. There's going to be 60 front row tickets for York. That's going to be the York tickets are front row 15. Everything else is $10. Remember, in York, you have 3 sides and the whole bleacher side, which is the rowdy people. So,
yeah, there's people on the bleachers. They get real rowdy. Rowdy.
Oh, especially now in Lebanon, it's a little different. Black Friday's a little different. Front row, second row, and balcony, I believe, are 20.
Okay.
I believe are 20. I think general admission is 10 or something like that, 15, something like that. I got it all messed up, but I don't actually have any. I can't go see it. I can just look at it. I'm sorry. I do want to give you the correct
Front
stuff.
row, second row without me are 20. General admission is 15.
15.
Nice.
So now I'm gonna tell everyone right now. I'm working on it for York. I'll know by tomorrow. We're working on it for Lebanon. We pretty much got it ironed out in Lebanon. We're actually going to have horse rides before each show. We're going to have where kids can ride horses.
Holy crap!
Can I ride one with a ring?
No.
I asked nicely.
Absolutely not. That horse is not strong enough to carry you. No.
And yes,
You're right.
The whole Dookie, the whole Dookie thing, it doesn't go good for walking them in.
That's what Mr. Ping is. He's a janitor, so he does that on the side. So he can just go by scooping it up afterwards.
You're right.
Wow. What? Wow. Wow. Your buffet, you let the buffet buddy talk to you like that?
Every year we have some cool stuff, you know what I mean? You never know who'll show up. Sandman showed up at both shows last year. So yeah. Oh, you remember that? Yeah, you remember that. You were in the ring with the one. Yeah.
I don't think it involved the taser.
I had COVID. I had COVID and tried to come to the show.
That cane's right sitting over there in my office.
Unfortunately, I had COVID and was not allowed to come to the show because somebody told me if I would have showed up, they would have shot me. So,
Yeah.
So you got shot and then went home. Got it.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, you were being serious. Oh, wow, that hurt.
Yeah.
So we got some good stuff coming up. Mind you, soon you will see another flyer floating around because Christmas night, we're going to be running the show in, what's that place called? What's that, Jim? Rutherford. Yes, Rutherford Youth Center.
Christmas night.
When
you're done opening all your goodies, come watch action.
Hey, listen, people go to the movies, people do this and that on Christmas night. There's really nothing else to do after you open all your presents up. You look at your family, you eat, you're either going to go to sleep.
Or you're going to watch somebody get their ass beat.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to pack the house. We packed it last year. We're going to pack it again this year.
Yeah. Which is, I think that's a really cool thing that, that's kind of become a tradition lately. Like past couple of years, there's been a Christmas show. So I think that's really awesome.
Well, you figure Starcade was on Christmas.
Right.
Right. Christmas,
So Richard,
we're not disrespecting Christmas. We love Christmas, but honestly, there's nothing to do after a certain point on Christmas.
Just look at your family and be like, I wish I could hit you with a chair.
People you don't even talk to ahead of time sometimes.
Richard said if you, well, I guess I can go there because, I can give them to him because it's a vape shop. He said if we give him flyers, he'll put them out at his shop. He's right in East York, so.
Oh, cool. Yeah, actually, the flyers and posters are going to be, you're going to see them everywhere starting tomorrow. So if you didn't see it already, you're going to see it even more places tomorrow. So, yeah, it's going to get,
nice.
It's going to really be, we usually pack it in York, man. Just like Lebanon, we usually stack everything up, man. People are in there, they're buying, eating food, just stuffing their faces. You know what I mean? And we have a ball, man. We have a ball.
Right. That's awesome. That is awesome. York's always been one of my favorite. It's always been fun to wrestle in York. It just is. I got my first concussion in York.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Oh,
yes. It was at the skating rink.
Jason wants to see Chop Brian.
Yes, no, I'm going to see Jason. I'm going to be running on the other side.
Absolutely. He going to wet his chest for you.
So Bliss, I know me and you talked a little in I think last week it was. And we were talking about some of the stuff that we wanted to talk about. So
exactly.
Let's talk about paying dues.
Yes.
Let's get on that topic because I know we talked about it a couple weeks ago about somebody putting out a post saying that basically they shouldn't build the ring. Promoters should have their own ring crew and everything. So let's dive into that.
My feelings about this is real easy, man. I feel like the promoter or whoever should have their own ring crew. But if you really want to endear yourself to the promoter, and you really want to be like I want to work here. Most of these federations are families. They're families. They might not be, some of them are immediate families, but also, like these guys spend a lot of time with each other. If you want to come in from somewhere else and you want to be part of that family, what would you do to really enter that family and make yourself part of it? You would do the things that the family's doing, and that's helping set up and helping tear down. It may not be, how do I feel about paying dues? I feel like you pay your dues to the guy who trained you. Do I feel like you always pay dues? I feel like you always pay dues. You always do. Because I owe wrestling my life. In a way, I owe wrestling my life. Because I don't know where I would be if I wasn't wrestling. So I should give back in every aspect of it.
Yeah.
Guys can do what they want. But me as a promoter, if you walk in my door and you walk back out of my door and you don't touch no wood or you don't touch no chairs or you don't touch anything else, I'm going to say, he's a prima donna.
Mm-hmm.
Prima donna. Now, that may not go for, if I book a guy who's been in the business for 25 years, I don't expect him to pick up a chair. We're lucky if he can even walk out of the building at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about these young guys that are new to the business that are trying to find places to go to and places to wrestle. If you really want to be part of these feds, these family environments, pick up some wood.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You got these vets that are telling you don't have to do that. And that's fine. You don't have to. But the guys that are telling you this stuff are probably working all over the place. And they probably been on TV. And they probably did all kinds of stuff. What have you done? You're working your way up the ladder. And you may make it up there. But remember, the same people you seen on the way up is the same people you're going to see on the way down. And when you need those bookings, when you come back, you might not get them.
Nope.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That is the truth. Yeah, you see that with a lot of different places. A lot of people, like you said, a lot of these young guys coming in, listening to people who figure like their egos are way too big to help out. So I've seen I would say the aftermath of a lot of guys who are like that. Oh, I'm just here to get paid. Yeah. You ain't even been in the business 5 years and you're in and out like that. Oh, I got something I got to do. You knew you were coming here, right? You knew when setup was. You knew when, hey, nobody gets paid until we break down the ring. And a lot of times you see those guys are still sitting there or they're sitting down. Oh, I'm just waiting to get paid. Okay, well, I won't be seeing you again.
Yeah. And believe it or not, like the guys who bring the ring, the guys who like, let's say a promoter rents a ring, a lot of times they don't need no help, man. Like them guys can do that stuff with their eyes closed. Right. You know what I mean? But that's not the point. You know what I mean? The point is help them. Who are you not to be able to pick something up and do something? You know what I mean? If not, what's wrong with just asking, hey, do you guys need some help?
Right.
Might not even need it.
So the show I was at Saturday, I mean, because I really don't care, because I told them to their face. So we get there. Well, I get there, and our guys are trying to fix the ring, and all their trainees in the back eating and just chilling. I'm like, yeah, that ain't happening. Like,
get out there and help.
Yeah, so we went back there and was like, no, like you guys, because we had to untie the canvas and everything. So all of his trainees came out. I said, you guys are going to tie the canvases and tighten the ropes back up. You guys didn't even touch the ring. So.
And that was, right. But you know, when you show up somewhere and that's actually their ring, Like rings, like Ping, rings.
Yeah.
You could walk into a place and fix someone else's ring that's jacked up.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when things like that happen, you're like, wow, like these guys aren't even. They should be out there at least. Maybe they can't do anything, but maybe you could tell them, hey, I need you to go hold that pole while I do this. You know what I mean?
I just hate that, like, because we all know the people, but it's just, it kind of pisses me off because it's just like it's your guys' ring, like you guys train in it, like this is like your company basically. Like, why wouldn't you help your promoter or your trainer get the ring together? Like, why is it another school coming in and fixing your guys' ring? Or guys can't. I mean, it was yeah. Like, we had to take the come along off, like the round, like it was bad, and like we were just sitting there working, and then everyone else, like all his trainees, were in the back, and I'm just like,
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Like you guys are coming out here, like,
right?
It's a group effort.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that kind of bleeds into the next question too. Locker room etiquette.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
What's that?
Not buffet etiquette, locker room.
I don't see a, like, okay, so this past weekend at the show, a bunch of people showed up from New York. Some people that were, it actually was one person showed up. They 3 other people accompanied them,
right?
But they were told it was okay for them to come because there was a battle royal, so it was okay for them to come. They walked in, they shook hands, they introduced themselves. You know what I mean? By the end of the night, I was like, hey, get me on Facebook. Get at me. Friend me. You know what I mean? Because I like the way they carried themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. They were on time, pretty much on time. You know what I mean? They weren't exactly on time, but they was there pretty much on time.
Right.
They showed up. They're real cool. They got dressed. Their gear looked good. They looked good. Their gear looked nice. You know what I mean? And they carried themselves very well. They weren't back there being goofy. They wasn't back there just shooting their mouths off. Talking about things they had no business talking about. They're very respectful about how the way things were set up, the locker room. A lot of times these days, trainers can teach their trainees things, right? Mm. But a lot of times the trainers aren't there when they go to these shows. So sometimes their true personality in their shoot personality shows up to the shows. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the things that they were taught, they take a back door. They're themselves. They're not that person. Like if their trainer was there, they would be acting totally different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, here's my thing. And my guys and the guys I hang out with, Mr. Ping, people like that. Any of you people that are on screen right now know that if you come to me and say, that one over there, you're not going to see them again.
Right.
They can go out there and have a 5-star match. I don't care. If you're jerking the locker room, it's a no-brainer for me. You're done. Exactly. Check this out. When I started, there was probably 1,000, 1,500 full-time wrestling guys in the United States.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Now there's probably, that's basically nothing compared to now. There's like 150,000 wrestlers. Like, so, guys are battling for spots every week. You know what I mean? Like, if we don't have a battle royal on some of these shows, that means that there's only 8-9 matches. That means everyone doesn't have a spot. So if you're coming in, you got to be on your shit.
Right.
You can't show up being an asshole, or you're not going to be there anymore.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure Mr. Ping's not going to go down there and say, I'm Mr. Ping. I'm big up north. Yeah, you know what I mean. And when he leaves,
he's just going to want to say, "I want to wrestle El Diablo."
Exactly. Where the hell is Suicide Myers at?
And you know what? He'd probably figure out a way to get him over. But listen, here I'm gonna talk to you about another thing that irks me, and I'm aiming this at every single wrestler out there that's looking for work. I book for my own fed. I help book for probably 3 other feds, maybe 4. Okay, if you send me a resume, if you put on there how many freaking seminars you went to, that is not training. That's not training. That's that guy's payday. That's not your training. It's not. You may pick up something. You may not. But that is not part of your training. So when you put seminars on there, you're wasting your time. Because we are not looking at that like that's your training. We're not. So please, when you're doing your resumes, focus on what your actual training is. Please. I'm not saying don't do seminars. Seminars are awesome. Right. Some seminars you may pick up something, some you may not. Some you may get to roll around with the star, you know what I mean, and learn a couple things, techniques or whatever. That's cool. Some you may just sit and listen to them talk for an hour and a half, 2 hours. You still may learn something, but it's not training, damn it. That man did not have a hand in your training. Please put who really trained you and who had a significant part in molding you and make you who you are. Please.
You said please.
I'm just saying, like, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Listen, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying don't do them, but when promoters, I hope when promoters are looking at that, they're not saying, "Oh, this guy's gonna be good because he went to the Jerry Lynn seminar and the Justin Credible seminar and the John Murphy seminar." You know what I mean? It's not. It's not. Just saying.
Have you ever had like a situation oh, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, but when you said about putting like who your trainer was and stuff like that, and putting that down, just remember that like you represent that person, you represent that company. We've talked about that on multiple podcasts that we've talked about too. Is that like you represent where you're from, and people can tell like, oh, that person's somebody. Like if I say like, hey, I train at Rob Noxious's place, and I'm whiffing at dudes, and I'm barely connecting and stuff like that too. They'd be like, you don't train there. You don't train there. You know that like people's reputations precede them and everything too. So just keeping that in mind when you put your name on there and that too, that you're representing that person. So
I think my biggest fear.
You know how many people sit there and say that they trained at the Monster Factory or they did this at the Monster Factory? Please don't put that on there, because don't make me contact Danny Cage. Don't make me contact this guy. I can talk to Danny Cage whenever I feel like and find out the truth about you. If you want to
that guy,
I'm cool.
El Diablo, I know
him. El Diablo.
So have you like that kind of goes into the question I was going to ask, like have you ever had someone when you looked at their resume it seemed a little too good to be true, where you had to reach out and contact somebody where it's like oh, I trained here and here and this person trained me too, and you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, there's one particular guy that always goes around and says that I trained him. No,
I told one person, I'm sorry.
and I didn't. I can't say. I'm be honest with you. Can you guys tell me somebody I trained? Because I don't really tell people who I trained. I'll tell you if I had a part in their gimmick, but I won't really tell you if I trained them or not.
Huh.
I can't. I knew you for how long?
Right.
When you say about having a part in somebody's gimmick, though, the first person I think of is the guy that used to do SWO back in the day, and did it LCW. Oh my gosh, looked like Boy George.
Rob Knox just said Corey Cross.
It looked like Boy George.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Boy.
Yeah, Boy.
I had nothing to do with Boy's gimmick.
Really? Okay.
No, that was totally him and Tate. He came from Tate's.
Really?
Oh, okay.
I tugged with Boy. He was part of Ecstasy Inc. with me and
maybe that's what I made the correlation with. So okay.
But I helped come up with some cool stuff and help guys develop their stuff, like back in the LCW days and stuff with like Dexter and the Cop, Hetfield, and what was the other kid's name? Dustin Bieber.
Does he still work?
Yep.
Oh, who, you?
Yeah. What did you tell me? You don't remember what you told me when you saw me again? You was like, you got to be way creepier than that. You too big to be. You got to be way creepier. You right.
He told you to stop wrestling.
No. He said he had a stroke, and then I should have one too, and then I should stop wrestling.
He's like, you should try it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. He was right.
The group of guys that are on here, one thing I love about you guys is you guys take the business seriously, and you take it to heart. You won't step in our locker room goofing off. We're not putting up with it. We goof off like crazy.
Yes, we do.
But when it comes down to business, we're a business. When it comes down to handling your business, and back there when we're doing what we need to do, you need to be handling your business correctly. So I like to say I've been in the ring with all you guys, and it's always been a pleasure for me to share the ring with you guys. You know what I mean? I just want to say that and your podcast is awesome, by the way. Just saying.
I still cannot work Bliss without laughing. Like,
that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah,
trust me.
No way. Like, it's just
listen. I remember just hearing, I got to make a hot tag. I'm gonna throw up. Makes a hot tag, rolls under the ring, throws up under the ring, comes back up. He's like, I'm good. I'm like, you don't look so bad right now.
I got one for you. All right. So my finish is the wheelbarrow facebuster. What's that? You'll be all right. I got you. Just all you got to do. Can you pick me up? You'll be fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah. One of my favorite moves to take now. I still love taking that move because it's the timing.
Bliss is the one that you wrestled. You have to either forewarn your significant other ahead of time, or do a lot of explaining when you get home because you either went to a strip club. It makes it even better when you were like, I was wrestling this dude who's full of glitter. Like, did you go to a gay club, sweetie? It's okay. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Like, no, his name's Bliss. And listen, I can share a locker room with Bliss, not even walk near Bliss, and I'll still have glitter on myself.
Oh my God.
Days later.
I do have to say I did have, I mean, hopefully it's on YouTube somewhere, but I did have one of my best ladder matches with Bliss at RWF.
That was good, dude. That was a good match. I loved it. I had fun.
So hopefully it's somewhere on YouTube out there. Hopefully. I mean, I almost blew my fucking leg out trying to protect him as much as possible, but
gets to the top of the ladder and he's like, oh no.
No, so we did a spot where we stacked the ladder in the corner and had one standing up, and he ran to me and I gave him the Michinoku, but I wanted to protect him. So when we went down, my leg, I guess, was straight. I don't know how, because I thought I was sitting, but my leg was straight. My knee just went backwards.
Ugh.
I don't know how. I didn't blow my leg out or fuck something.
Mr. Ping don't bend that way.
But
the ladders they had were fiberglass, so it bent and then went.
Yeah. Jason Holt says he has a video of it, and Rob said it's on YouTube. So there you go.
Oh shit!
Because even before we went out, we are like, "Oh yeah, we're breaking this fucking ladder."
And then the person after the match is like, "That's the ladder for us to take the entranceway down." You douchebags. Thanks a lot.
That was a really big night. That was a really big night, man. I think that was Kobe, Carino, and Stefan.
Yeah, I think
Like that was like that card was stacked up, man. That was a big card. So for us to go out, we had to go out there hard because that night was stacked up, man.
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, I had a lot of fun. I would definitely do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, always Wrestling Bliss is always fun because we just do stupid shit. But
he ever make you like nervous and shit? Like I had to. First time I ever did this, military press somebody was Bliss, and I'm like, I'm a strong dude, and my fear has always been when I like really extend people, they're gonna go flying. He was like, "Hey, just pick me up, just don't drop me, just don't drop me."
Don't drop me.
Okay, so I held him up, and I'm like, "Oh, I got him." So like we walked around the ring and stuff. He's like, and he kind of goes, "You can put me down now." Oh shit, my bad.
You know, I think guys think that it's going to be way harder than it is.
Yeah.
When you do it, you know what I mean. Yeah. But I mean, we take care of each other out there, man. You know what I mean? Like we really take care of each other. I think some of the matches that I've had, to be honest, I can't pick a match that I've had that was better than any other match because I go out there every time to be the shit. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I feel like they're all great. Like, I feel like every single match I wrestle in is great in a way. I don't get nervous. I know Rob Noxious gets nervous. He almost pukes every time he goes out there. You know, I don't get nervous. I could be in front of 5 people or 1,500 people. I don't have nerves. It doesn't happen to me. I always felt like we do what we do and no one else can do it as good as us. So why would I be nervous? They're here to see us.
Right.
So, you know, I go out there, I do what I do. And, you know, I've wanted to retire 50 times. I go to a show and the kid screams when I come out of the curtain. I'm like, oh, I need that again.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Stuck. I'm still addicted to wrestling.
So Jason,
the thing is too is that you can't go through and retire yet or whatever too, because I'm just still figuring out all of the intricacies for the music. So like until I'm like good with it, like you can't, because that's how I know that like I'm never gonna wrestle Bliss at a show where he's doing sound, because he's like, you got this? I'm like, yes, I got it. Just go. Do I got this.
Here's another tidbit for people that think they want to run shows. You need to understand that saying you want to run a show and being able to run a show is 2 different things. There is so much involved with running a show. You might want to stay away from it, honestly. Unless you're willing to give up your weekdays along with your weekends and all your spare time and possibly some of your money. Never use your bill money on your shows. But regardless, you never do that. That's rule number 1.
Number 1.
You know, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot to be successful. Anybody can run a show, but if you're talking about being successful and drawing and gaining a following, it takes a lot of time. It's a marriage killer. It's a relationship killer. You know what I mean? So if you want to be a promoter, make sure that you are ready to pay the cost to be the boss.
Right.
Really.
So I know you were in a lot of tag teams, and I know you did a lot of singles, but Jason Holt asked, tag or single matches, which do you prefer?
Tag match, because he can tag out and get out of there.
I ain't gonna lie. I can wrestle in a singles match. I love singles matches, but to be honest with you, I'm a tag team dude, man. There's just something I like about that hot tag. You know what I mean? And really, it's easy for 2 guys to get in there and wrestle. It's not as easy for 4 guys to actually get on the same page and wrestle. So I kind of like that challenge of being able to do that. You know what I mean? And I have been in some I've been in some really dope tag teams, man.
Yeah.
Some really dope ones.
Nigerian Nightmares. Sorry.
Part of Nigerian Nightmares, Psychotic, Pony Express, Big Nasty. I mean, Ecstasy Inc.
Yeah.
Dang, I've been in some good tag teams.
It's all about the theme song, though. It's all about the theme song. Once that starts hitting, people start bumping with it. Listen, Big and Nasty. I was wrestling against you guys when you debuted that tag team and that too, and they came out, and I was like, okay, all right, I can bump to this. You got it. All right, getting the whole crowd to sing it and shit.
To be honest, like, a lot of our presentation, that entrance, that 1 little minute of entrance is really a big deal. It seems like it's not. It seems like it's like, I'll just walk to the ring, get in the ring and wrestle. But you know what? When Kiesel's music hits and he comes out and he's that obnoxious guy, or when Ping comes out and he jumps up on the ring and he does, he goes in and does the roll and, like, man, that's a big deal, man. Like that's the beginning of your match. Can be a pile of hot dookie, but those entrances, if you can capture them in that entrance, yeah, it's hard to lose them after that.
Amen.
You know what I mean? You got to work, but you catch them in that entrance, it'd be like, yeah, that's dope. I like this guy, and that's where your T-shirt sales start at the entrance. So I had people use my entrance music as their ringtones and stuff. Like that's cool, man.
Right.
So Devin said about them Eagles. Sorry to you Washington fans, but bliss.
You know what? I had to buy a guy cheesesteak today because I lost. But it's all good because I beat him. I beat him last week in the fantasy league, and he brought me a cheesesteak. So.
Fantasy football.
I love football. Football. I used to play football. Like that's my thing. I love football, and I love to just talk crap, and I love to shoot my mouth off, and then my team gets beat. You know what I mean? I think it's funny. I just laugh it off. Where some people get mad and start throwing stuff. I just laugh and be like, "Damn, he got me." You know what I mean?
It was close for a little bit. It was close for a little bit.
I hate the Eagles.
Oh, Jason's coming at Brian now.
Listen, man. Listen. See, what happened was we need another bye week is what happened.
Y'all need another team.
That's really what happened.
Who's your team,
I'm just
Brian?
watching my flat.
Brian likes the
Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Browns.
You know what? It's okay because Jacksonville is actually pretty good. But Jacksonville always wins in other countries. Are they just going to move over there?
They should. They might as well move to London. They might as well move to London.
They're going to be our first international team.
Yeah, the London Jaguars. That's what they're going to be. The London Jaguars.
If it makes
the
you
London
guys,
Jaguars.
If it makes you guys feel any better, the Eagles lost to the Jets. So.
Yeah, that ain't no coming back.
It doesn't make us feel any better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I'm okay.
Well, until next week.
Look, man, we ain't talking about next week. We're talking about right now because next week ain't happened yet. So you can't see the future. Even though I know
all you Eagles fans, don't put all your eggs in the basket. There's still a whole half a season to go. And you still got to, you just don't go straight to the Super Bowl. You got to win some playoff games. So we're going to see what happens.
As long as they don't play the Jets again.
So I just thought it was funny because it was like the last play, I forget. I was like in the middle of watching it and putting Bentley in his car seat. So they lined up for the brotherly shove play. And
then gave it off.
Nobody could fucking stop it. And then they hand the ball off. I'm like, yo,
well, they did it this weekend.
It's funny because of that they were going through and talking about it and everything too, and they wanted to have a rule against it and everything too. But they brought it up and they're like, if you look at how many times it's failed, on multiple teams, it's like, no, it's failed more times than it's worked. It's just it works really well for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem I got with it is if you're doing that shove, right? You're shoving, you pound them. It takes like maybe 15 seconds or something for that whole play to develop and everything, right? And you're shoving on your quarterback and beating him up, and then you come back the next play and the guy hits him in the head, and then you throw a penalty for roughing the quarterback. How does that make sense?
Because it's football.
Because it's football.
Because it's the work. Because it's the work.
Says the guys who come up with say the guys who come up with stuff that don't actually make sense every single week.
Yeah, exactly. It's wrestling. It'll be all right.
Wrestling.
Man, it's fine. It's fine.
I was the first guy who picked up Mal Havoc and body slammed him. Just saying.
I remember hearing about that. And thank God your back's okay. Your back, your knees, your ankles, both your toes are still there. So that's all good because your whole lower half should have blew out.
A lot of mine's fake though. A lot of my body's fake. So.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. Let me not say that because people are going to really be going around thinking I got fake legs and stuff. It's not true. It's not true.
But it's funny you say about a fake leg. I've seen a man beat another man with his mother's prosthetic leg.
You know, I
beat the shit out of Red Scorpion with his mom's prosthetic leg.
But who would do such a thing? Like, I don't understand it. That makes sense. You're right. That makes sense.
You should have saw the fan's face when he just goes over, pops her prosthetic leg off. The fans were like, "Oh my god!" And he just starts whooping him with it.
Yeah. That was.
I've actually been able to be a part of some really good companies, man. In this area, man. You know what I mean? Like SWO back then, and they're really good now too. LCW was just LCW, man. Like it was dope. You know what I mean?
I got the KPW days.
Huh?
I got the KPW days.
Yeah, you got the KPW. Yeah. But CCW, dude, you know, after I had a stroke, I was looking for a home. Not really looking for a home, but I just wanted to come somewhere, just make sure I was okay. And I came to CCW, dude. And like, you guys like really took care of me, man. Like I got to wrestle, but if everybody was always checking on me, you know what I mean? And like I finally got myself back to form. I actually feel like I'm better now than I was before I had the stroke, to be honest.
Minus the dreads. I miss the pink dip dreads.
Because he's lighter, he don't have all that hair, so he can move quicker. That's what
it had to do. The dread thing had to do with I was going to have a horseshoe of dreads. All this was going to be gone. I was just going to have this. So yeah. I was going to be the Frazier. I was going to be a Frazier with dreads. So I was like,
You can't be fried tough.
It wasn't hitting there. Yeah, it wasn't.
So we got a couple minutes left. We'll go over these shows quick. Remember Adrian and Brian's favorite poster. Woodbury,
7
Woodbury, Georgia.
4.
Diablos.
So November 11th, Woodbury, Georgia. I make my debut along with another trainee. I don't know if I can announce his name or not, but when we come back from that, we're gonna eat some grub, and then it will be Black Friday, Chesmania 2 at the Eagles Hall in Lebanon. Remember, tickets go on sale Friday. Please.
Yep. Happy
Friday.
birthday, Ches! By the way, Saturday was Chez's birthday. We know you up there, man. Every weekend we have your name on our tape. Happy birthday, Ches!
Absolutely, creating chaos up there.
And then remember, the next night is Red Saturday in York, PA, at Bonnie B. Grimes Gym. If you guys need tickets for any of these events, probably except for the Georgia one, hit any of us up, Rob Noxious, anyone really in CCW, Valor, Seven Mountains, PCWA.
You get tickets at the door, but if you're trying to sit in the first or second row, don't get your tickets at the door, folks. Because you're gonna be waiting in line. That line's gonna be down and around the corner, and you're gonna be waiting for a seat. You're gonna get in there, and you're not gonna be able to sit where you want to sit. Get
It's
tickets
always
early.
So I have one ask and one inquiry. There's a picture that Rob Noxious has of Jamal. Can you use that instead as his promo pictures going forward?
I'm scared to see what it is, though.
Oh, it's a good photo. He looks very dapper in it. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Oh, a wedding picture.
Yes.
And remember, the Black Friday afternoon, the Three Beards podcast will be live.
Awesome.
One of our guests are Rob Noxious. Who knows? Bliss might even hop on back with us. Maybe we'll do some live match takes or something.
Maybe we could do it. Maybe we could do it on a horseback.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be a shitty situation.
I mean,
this coming weekend, there's actually a show, PCWA, up in where the heck is it? That fire company. Is that Schuylkill Haven too?
No, I think that's Sealands Grove.
Ceiling Grove, right? Yeah, fire company. Man, now that place gets crazy. Oh yeah, man, that's an awesome venue, awesome people, man. Good food. Woo, good food. They got a bar.
Hell yeah. And remember, if everyone can follow our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Spotify.
Yes.
I'm Adrian Bliss. Adrian Bliss everywhere. You can Adrian Bliss me everywhere. And I come up Twitter. I don't think I'm on Twitter. I can't remember. My daughter runs a lot of my stuff, but Instagram and Facebook is a guarantee. Adrian Bliss pop up, and yeah, check it out. Go see everything Valor. Go see everything Classic Championship Wrestling. Go see everything Seven Mountains. Go see everything PCWA, and go see everything Prime.
Awesome. Quick shout out to my son Israel. Today is his birthday as well. I love you.
Birthday, brother.
Happy birthday. All right, guys. And until next week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Bliss.
thank you.
See y'all again soon.